Hello, I'm Dr. Angelica Underwood, a world influential leader and special education alchemist and founder of Superheroes in the Classroom. I welcome you to my live and pre-recorded sessions and videos. Now, this is the question: how do we give our students an opportunity to gain their independence? I hope this is a good question for all of you, because as I was putting all this together, it came to me that many of our students don't have that independence because we tell them what to do, how to do it over and over and over again. And then we shape them and we develop little people that believe that they can't make decisions without us. So keep that question behind your mind so that as you're creating lessons, as you're creating instructions for your kids and opportunities for learning, that you incorporate independence, which is what we all need. Now, you are also probably wondering, what is the purpose behind Heroes in the Classroom talk show? Well, let me tell you. This is the purpose. I am committed about getting you, struggling learners, parents, teachers, superintendents, and campus and central administrators, answers to challenging questions that may remain unanswered. And how do I intend to do this? Well, I intend to do it by interviewing thought leaders across the world, across the globe, from the worlds of science, education, parents, politics, to create and share dialogue on today's most important topics, which is related to special education and struggling learners. So tune in so that you can be in touch with me and connect to these thought leaders that will bring tons of information. Plus, I love to do research. I love to explore and share that knowledge with you. Now, a great place to start our talk show today is, how do we help struggling learners, like I said, gain their independence and freedom in the classroom? Well, I mentioned to give them opportunities, but the other one would be choice. Choice, that's right. You help them see the roadmap to success academically by creating an educational plan for them. But if they don't know the plan, they might not get there, because your plan doesn't mean it's their plan. Your plan doesn't mean it's their plan. So you need to be in alignment with the student, with the parent, and they need to know where they're headed. I mean, where are those obstacles? Where are those places then they need to be able to move through the road and be able to move those obstacles, or understand the obstacle that's there, so that they could really get through it and move forward without stopping and being stuck in their life academically and in behavior. So show them, talk to them about that roadmap. But first, we must know, like I said, where they are. You as the adult, you as the parent, as the superintendent, as the administrator, as the teacher, you need to know where your child is, your student is. And then you need to know where they stand right now to create the change that they need. Now, here's the problem that I see, and I was able to see in my research results. Okay, we have unresponsive kids to interventions. Yes, we give them interventions and they're still not responding. These are unresponsive kids that fall in between the cracks and are lost, and sometimes we don't even know it. So pay attention to them. Know it. And the reason I feel that we are failing these kids is because we fail to collect data to determine where the child is now, right now. Where is he? to develop that educational plan that works for our struggling learners. Now, the problem is that our special education and struggling learners continue to fail our educational system because, like I said, and I continue to say, we have a cookie cutter roadmap for them. Yes, we use the same cookie cutter for all our kids, and it's not going to work. We're not going to move them forward if we continue to use that cookie cutter roadmap for them. So today I will be talking about the behavior theory that may assist educators desiring to identify the at-risk student falling behind academically. Now, educators not only need to know what to teach, because I think we focus a lot on the content piece, on the curriculum piece, and we create these wonderful lesson plans that sometimes don't even reach our kids. But we also need to know when a student is not learning to an intervention, and we need to intervene deliberately. We deliberately intervene. So as teachers, as leaders in education, and parents, we must be aware of what is working and what is not working. We must become innovator educators in order to reach many, many of our kids. And you need to bring a lot of the energy into your teachings because, hey, if it's boring, you're not listening, right? So the behavior theory, let me get into that. And I'm just going to get into the focal points that are related to the external and observable stimuli and responses that we will be able to see in our students, and especially that struggling learner. So once you know what to look for, you will be able to impact and influence our children. Now, these are the things that you need to look for. When you begin to observe, you will identify who they claim to be. Many times they'll say, I'm stupid, I don't know, I'm slow, I hate math, I don't understand this, or simply they will shut down and sit there doing nothing. So identify who they think they are during that subject period and identify those belief systems. What do they believe? That they're not good enough, that they don't know enough, that they can't learn, and then what is it that they value most and are interested in, so that you can plug into their interest and what they value and be able to use that to motivate them and inspire them. And then what are they doing? What are their behaviors like? Do they get mad? Do they get frustrated? Do they get overwhelmed and they don't know what to do and how to do things? All that is important. And then their capabilities, which is assessment. And it's not just about state assessment. It's not just about state assessment. Stop focusing on that. Focus on what they can do now and where you want them at the end, so that you intentionally and deliberately help them make progress academically and in behaviors. And then look at their environment. Are they being distracted with noise, with TV, with other kids that are around them? So that you change the environment for them and change the way they learn. That's important, guys, and keep that in mind. We begin to know the whole child when you begin to look at all these points that I just gave you. I mean, really, really get to know the child. You see, I believe that 90% is mindset. Mindset. If you identify what they're thinking, what they believe, what they value, which are top on the hierarchy when you're looking at Robert Dill's neurological levels of thinking, you will understand that it's all mindset. And if you tap into the mindset, you will begin to make changes. Huge changes, guys. Not just content. Huge changes. Now, this is how we can bring this theory of behavior theory into the classroom. And some of you are already doing it right now. But we must gather data, and know our children. what can they do and what can't they not do. Okay, and I'm not talking about the statement assessment like I referred to it earlier, but knowing that whole child and tapping into that mindset so that you can really shift it. And you know, I always say there's no such thing as lazy kids. They're only unmotivated or uninspired. So what are you going to do to motivate them and inspire them to move forward when they get stuck? Now, I will also recommend in this video and this live stream that you follow 3 principles that have been in existence since 1929 or maybe even longer. But it's based on the behavioral theory, and it's by Thorndike, the 3 principles of or laws of learning. Okay, and you probably have heard of them, or maybe not. So the principles of learning provide insight into how people learn, which is what you should be focusing on. How do we learn? How do humans learn? That's been my question throughout my whole lifetime, and I've delved into research on human development, on learning theories, and how people learn. And I am here every day, Monday through Friday. If you tap into what I have to share, I will share some of my theories. I will share some of my learnings and understanding, and bring in some of the top experts that will help you with your most challenging questions. But here we go. The first law of the principle that Thorndike discovered was the law of readiness, the law of exercise, and the law of effect. Those were the 3 laws. Now, to encapsulate these 3 laws, the law of readiness relates to teachers providing experience that enhances readiness. Now, listen to that. Experiences, not content, and overwhelming the brain. You need to bring experiences, opportunities to experience what you are teaching. Our kids must master the basics. How do you know the gap is the big question. How do you know what the big gap? And then how do you provide them the experience so that they become masters of the basic skills that they need to survive? Do you have the data to support where they're at? That's important to know. Now, parents, when you go to school, ask for data. Find out where your child is functionally and academically. Ask for the grade level of performance and where your child should be right now. You know, where is he and where should he be? And then that way you gain an understanding of the gap analysis and find out exactly where he's at and where he's headed. Now, the law of exercise refers to teachers providing students an opportunity to practice, to strengthen his or her skills learned. This is important, guys. To practice and to strengthen his or her skills learned. Okay? Homework. Let's think about that. We send these handouts home with tons of homework, tons of opportunities, that many of these skills have not been learned. And that's a huge problem because you send them home with handouts and they come back with incomplete assignments. You know why? Because many times, many of the parents are not familiar with the activity, with the assignment. They were not sitting in your lecture, so they have no idea on how to do it. And your child, your student also feels lost. So how do you expect them to come with complete assignments? Only give them what they have learned, and you're giving it to them so that they can practice and master the skill, okay? Now, practice is so important, but only when they're trying to master the skill, okay? And then make it relevant. For example, if you're working on measurement, okay, you don't want to send an assignment where they're going to have a handout with all these questions. What you really, really want to do is send an assignment where they can actually maybe measure items, or if they're baking a cake, they're using measurements and they're actually doing something that they enjoy. Stop giving assignments that are boring. Guys, you can't continue doing that. Teachers, educators, please give your students assignments that they relate to, that they can go have fun. You have had them in your classroom for 6 to 7 hours. They're bored. And then you want them to go sit for an hour or two more to complete assignments that are handouts? Come on, get real. Get real, guys. Make it interesting. Make it fun for our students so that they can really, really enjoy the work and really love what they're doing. So again, make sure that they master the assignment, okay? Now, the law of effect refers to helping students to feel satisfaction and motivated to make further efforts. That's a big key. So if you're sending home or you're doing assignments that they are completely bored and have no interest and they do not feel satisfaction, you are not going to make a difference. That child is going to continue to fail and struggle and fall between the cracks, and sometimes you don't even know it. And if you do, you feel frustrated and anxious and you wonder why your child's not learning. Well, he's not motivated. He's not satisfied. He's not inspired. Why is he even going to try if he's failed the system? You know? So remember, there's no such thing as lazy kids, only unmotivated and uninspired. Now, if you want to know where your child is, and right now you have no idea how to gather that data, and if you're a parent, then go to Learning Disabilities or justlazy.com. That's my website, and you get a free diagnostic test where your child, either student or son or daughter, will take a diagnostic test to know exactly where your child is. And I will go ahead and give you that report for free. So, but you need to take action today so that you get that data. Now, what I kept saying, make your assignments interesting, okay? Try it. Notice behaviors. Discover what students enjoy, like, and are interested. In fact, what they know and what they don't know. All goes back to the behavior theory, observation and stimuli, which is your 3 main principles that I just shared with you from Thorndike. So become a superhero in the classroom and make a difference in a child's life. That is, if the child is struggling or the child is not motivated or anything, you be the superhero and make a difference in a child's life, because we impact and influence our children every day and every minute of their lives. So be their hero. Look for my Superheroes in the Classroom talk show and interviews. Want to connect with me and join my live stream for Q&As? Then share this video with other friends that want to be superheroes in the classroom so that they can receive some tips for the day, or share your tips. How do you gather data? How do you know your child? Share it below, because others want to know. Now let's make a difference together, and comment, share this video. Connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, Pinterest, and on YouTube. And if you want to connect with me and bring me to your district, to your campus, to really, really develop a roadmap of success for your children, and we can both be heroes in the classroom, then click below on the link and fill out the form, and I will reach out to you. Let's bring freedom and independence to our children with choices that motivate them and inspire them in the classroom, and be the hero in the classroom. Goodbye.